In this video, we're going to learn about writing tool number 1, which is identifying basic sentence structures. You could call them macro structures, and we're going to be looking at subjects and predicates. The one thing to keep in mind is that writing tools help writers create more complex sentences, and this is really important to know, so you know the purpose as to why we're learning this. So here is what you are going to see in this video. We are going to learn about the basic features. So you're going to have to know about the simple subject, the simple predicate, the complete subject, and the complete predicate. Now, as we progress through this, this is vocabulary that you're going to need to use and understand. Simple subject, simple predicate, complete subject, complete predicate. A simple subject is merely the noun, the person, place, or thing of the sentence. Okay? It's the noun that does the action. And it is without any descriptors or modifiers. So when we say modify, it means give more information about that word. So it's merely the subject. The simple predicate is the action, again, without its modifiers, without any other descriptors. Okay? Then the complete subject is the noun that does the action, whatever that action may be, with modifiers. And then you've got the complete predicate, which is the verb, the action, with modifiers. Okay? That means that the complete predicate and the complete subject are going to be longer. Okay? So we need to identify the basic features of a sentence, and there's a process. There are steps that we go through in order to identify all the appropriate parts. The first thing we're going to do is identify the verb. In this sentence, Joey and Carmen wrangled with the other boys down the street. Wrangled is the verb. It's the action. It's what happened in the sentence. Now, this is the really important part. You put a vertical line in front of the verb. Okay? So let's practice that with the other sentence that we have here. And the big car rolled down the hill last night. The action is rolled. So we're going to identify that by circling it. And then we are going to put a vertical line in front of it. Okay? That vertical line is essential because here's our next step. We are going to underline what comes after that red line, everything, even the word we circled, that verb. And we're going to underline everything after it, even the word that we circled. Now, the one thing you need to recognize, this right here is one of those important vocabulary words you need to know. And this right here, all of this is the complete predicate. It is the complete predicate. So this too is the complete predicate. Now, in front of that line, what we're going to do is underline everything that comes before it, every word that comes before it. This is our complete subject. This is the complete subject. Okay? So we're going to label these as such. And now we can look at this and remember our word that we circled first was the verb. It's the action. This is the verb. Another word, a synonymous reference to that, is the simple subject. It is just the action with none of its modifiers. I'm sorry, simple predicate. Okay? And this is also our verb. Rolled is a verb. It has no other modifiers, so therefore it's also called our simple predicate. If we look at the section that comes before that line, we have the complete subject, as you can see, in both of these sentences. So we have to ask ourselves, who wrangled? Well, it was Carm, Joe, and Carmen. So Joe and Carmen are the simple predicate. I'm sorry, the simple subject. Okay? So this is the simple subject because it doesn't have any other modifiers. But notice it's also the complete subject. And this is sometimes possible. It's going to happen. In the second sentence, we ask ourselves, what rolled downhill? Well, it was the car. And this is the simple subject. It has no modifiers. No modifiers whatsoever. So here are the steps in identifying the subjects and the predicates. First, we need to identify the verb, and we did that by circling it. This is the verb, or the simple predicate. And I'm just going to put SP for simple predicate. Then, we need to draw a vertical line in front of that verb. So, we identified the verb, and we need to draw a vertical line in front of it. Then we underline all the words after the verb twice. So we circled our verb, put a vertical line, we have to underline this twice. And the next step is to underline all the words in front of the verb once. So remember, we circled our verb, we put a vertical line there. This is the complete predicate, and we underline everything before it, and that's the complete subject. And here we have Joe eats pizza every night. Again, we circled the verb, we put a vertical line in front of it. We underlined everything twice behind that line and everything in front once. Now we have to identify the subject. Who eats? Well, that's Joe. So we'll move on to the last step, which is labeling every single one of those features. We've got our verb, or our simple predicate. That's supposed to be a line, it's not working. A vertical line in front of that verb. Everything here is the complete predicate. And everything here is the complete subject. Who eats? Joe. This is the subject. And that is how you discover your subjects and your predicates.